Hey everyone, and welcome back. We are having another glorious podcast today because I have to show and teach good old Tim some interesting history.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so a couple of things. We'll start off because there's a big topic with Pokemon. It's getting well, let's be honest, as most Pokemon games do in the last maybe 5 6 years, it's getting very
Or longer,
mixed
right?
mixed reviews. So it's got everything from tens to like fives and sixes. Um, so I know you've watched videos. You haven't played it yourself yet, but I'm gonna let you vent and do all your stuff, and then I'm gonna show you why
Well,
it doesn't matter.
last podcast I said I was going to play it and stuff like that. And then I came to think of it this week. Am I going to even play it? Not so disrespect towards anything. It's just reality, realistically. I didn't even finish Legends, which I really enjoyed. And I didn't finish the last one? Sword and Shield, right? So that's the last
No, no,
one was
Scarlet and Violet.
Scarlet and Violet. Yeah. I didn't finish that. I did finish Sword and Shield. So I did at least get that one done. I never completed the stupid Pokedex. So I was thinking to myself, if I'm going to buy it, it's just going to sit there. And that's 99% of the games I get, guys, because I don't have much time. And then there's some games I do focus on. And two, Arc Raiders stress test is this weekend, which happens to be a bad time because Pokemon's released. That's the big game I'm looking forward to this month. It's out in a couple, 31st or 30th, something like that, later this month. Anyways, so I said to myself, am I really even going to buy it? That's besides the whole issues I knew the game was going to have. So I decided to put it on back burner because I have a goal. I want to finish Legends, and then I want to finish Scarlet and Violet. If I finish those two, then I would consider buying the new one, or I just wait till it gets on a sale. That's a good joke, right, Jarrod? That sale. So
You're
yeah,
on
I'm not gonna
drugs,
get it anytime.
man.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not getting it anytime soon. It looks like it's a wise choice because at the end of the day, it looks like it's a subpar product.
Okay,
You
so
could tell that,
yeah,
by the way, by any
what
gameplay.
what do you want to say, or do you want me to just jump in?
Well, I want to list some stuff that I saw from reviews and what they said, and it's true. It's like a couple things. It doesn't have any of the element of exploration anymore. It's just one big, huge map, and it's basically cut and paste. The map's very interactive. You can't even go into buildings. And another thing too that started with Scarlet and Violet, and I didn't like this then, and it's still here. Like you'll go up to a quote unquote vendor or building, and it's just a freaking backdrop menu. What? That's bullshit for a couple of reasons. One, Pokemon used to always be able to go into little covenants and sometimes talk to people, and they would give you items and stuff like that. They took that away. Well, I mean, there might be some there, anyways, story-driven people. They took that element away. I used to enjoy that, going to all the different shops in the older games to see if you could get an element you get or a hint, or they give you some items
Mhm.
and stuff. But none of that happens anymore, and that's laziness, obviously, because they're not even trying to do assets to create characters, shop characters, etc., etc. Another thing too is why they handle the quote unquote wild area. It's like this green area, red area you have to go into. And there's an entrance to it, by the way, which I think is hilarious. You can't, like, I see some footage where there's literally a park. And you can literally, realistically, if it was real life, walk there, but you have to go to the stupid door. It's just, I'm telling you, man, it's shit like that that insults me as a gamer, and it's just no excuse. And I know the Pokemon, and this is another problem with Pokemon and Nintendo proper, is they're both stuck in the past. They still think games are for kids only because, yeah, their thing is, well, our games are designed for children, like Pokemon's for children. Yeah, but your fans are the bulk of the people buying it. Like, if you look at the Switch One's demographics, not that many kids are playing it, right? So I don't know, man. It's just little stuff like that. I just want to see if you agree with it. The
Yeah.
lack of
Okay. So
polish, the
so
lack of
what I
discipline.
was what I was saying was okay. So just for everybody listening, so I was bugging Tim on Discord, and I was telling him you're not even in the same universe. And here's what I mean by this. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
No,
It
I know
really
that.
doesn't matter. And I'll explain why this is. I told you 1983. Something happened in 1983 that like forever changed sort of like cross media. Technically, you could say 1977 with the release of Star Wars, right? So everybody looks at Star Wars and you're like, oh, it was this, phenomenon, cultural phenomenon and all of this sort of stuff. At the end of the day, Star Wars' money was not made from movies.
It's made by merchandise.
Exactly. And so remember that, okay? So all the complaining people do about the movies and this and that and blah, 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 it really doesn't matter because the toys, the costumes. Now, to be fair, if you have an unsuccessful movie over and over, repeatedly, over and over
it
and
hurts
over.
The brand.
100%. Okay, that I will not argue with you. I won't argue at all. 100%. In 1983, it was taken to another level with the first cartoon. Basically, it was like when Masters of the Universe came out, it was the first time children were being marketed at to directly in the guise of another product. The television show only existed to sell more toys. That's the only reason.
Yeah, remember Transformers?
They all did it.
After they killed Optimus Prime because his production was up in the physical toy, and they wanted to get new Transformers. There was a huge backlash, so they brought him back. But yeah, that's just a prime example, and you're 100% right. That's
well, this is it. Okay, so follow me around the room. Okay, and this you'll see what I'm saying. So now fast forward, right? What was it? 96? I forget when Pokemon first came out.
Yeah, I think it was 96.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, I know it was released in Japan earlier. I'm not sure if it was like a year earlier or whatever. But anyway, whatever. At that time, the game existed to basically sell games. Like it was a new product that came out and it just exploded. Like literally exploded. And it laid the foundation for a merchandising juggernaut, the likes of which the world has never seen before. Yep. And so to this day, there's no one that comes close. They are the largest merchandising company on planet Earth. The next closest by 50%. That's how big of a lead Pokemon has, is the Walt Disney Company. Think of that. Walt Disney Company was from the 30s, man. Yeah. And this is something from 60 years later, and they doubled the merchandising of it. Okay, so just for shits and giggles, I pulled up the Pokemon Company's finances that were released in June of this year, okay? And they ended, so they cover the period of February 28th to, technically March 1st, 2024, until February 28th, 2025. And it was the most successful year the Pokemon Company has ever had in their history. How many mainline Pokemon games were released last year?
None, right?
Exactly. And what is the point of that? No one
cares. Because the merchandise is
no one cares about the games, including the Pokemon Company.
Yeah,
they don't care.
They don't care. Which there's no excuse, by the way.
No, but hear me out. It's like they only exist today to get you to buy more merch. Just like the cartoon on He-Man way back in the day, it didn't exist to have some robust story. I mean, don't get me wrong, like the writers and everything, they were passionate, but from a business standpoint, it just existed to funnel people towards the toys. That was it. That was its sole purpose for existing. The games today, more or less, are acting exactly like that. And the Pokemon Company cares so little about them. Playing Pokemon ZA what is it? Pokemon Legends ZA, I think is a master class of an example of a company that doesn't need to do anything. And that game will still sell millions and millions of units, but they don't even care about the millions of copies that they'll sell. What they care about is, oh, now we can release a new expansion to the trading card game. Oh, now we can do a new anime. Oh, now we can do more, like plushies and this and that and everything else. And it is a masterclass. Instead of their products getting more and more and more evolved, they have actually been devolving as they've gone on. And it's remarkable. Honestly, like if I were a professor, I would use this game as really as a masterclass to show how little a company needs to do in order to move a product. And I guarantee you this year they'll do even better than they did last year, because it gives them an excuse to release more stuff in all the areas that explode with money. Guys, there's no geometry in the buildings. So if you don't know,
exactly, it's just facades.
If you don't know what I'm saying, is like if you go back to the GameCube era or like the Dreamcast era, you would, you'd make your your square or your rectangle or whatever, and then you might have a pillar outside or something like that. That's geometry. And then you would apply textures to that geometry. I can't tell you how many buildings in here have almost no geometry at all, where it's literally just a box.
Lazy.
But it's remarkable. Like I say, it's truly remarkable that this was green lit. And not only was it green lit, that I guarantee you it will sell millions of copies, because they've got the whole world in their pocket now, and they can literally do whatever the hell they want. And it's proving, after Scarlet and Violet's horrendous performance, in terms of not sales, but like hardware performance, like the game ran like garbage on the Switch. It didn't matter. It just didn't matter, and everyone bought it, and it sold like gajillions of copies. And I'm telling you, like the heads of the Pokemon Company were simply like, okay, great, so we don't even need to spend that much. Let's reduce the budget again, because like nobody cares. So there we go. And you can tell the game reeks of a tiny indie developer budget, like a small little budget that they had
Which would be fine if it was a $20 or $30 game.
Oh, exactly. So
yeah,
it's
right.
the most expensive Pokemon
indie game
ever released. Buy, and it's crazy. It's really crazy, honestly. Like, so guys, like I've played about 8 hours now, and the first impression, if you think of it as an indie game, the first impression, you're like, oh, this is actually, it's unique. It's different. Like, it's different. For about maybe like 2 hours, you're like, okay, this is different. But very quickly, you're like, I haven't seen a new Pokemon like anywhere. It's all been the exact same Pokemon. Okay, whatever. Like, the game runs well, so that's good, right? Thumbs up there. Like, it's not running at like 10 frames a second, but it looks like a GameCube game. And so I'm like, oh, okay. Even if I ignore that, okay, whatever. But then you get into the gameplay loop, and I'll explain how this works, because it is slightly different. So you start off, and you basically have, at nighttime, you get these areas that are like challenge zones. So think of it like, in all the Pokemon where like the other people would challenge you, like if you'd walk, they make eye contact with you and they challenge you. So there's now dedicated areas. These are all in red. They're like blocked off in red, and those are challenge areas. So everyone in there that you beat, you'll get a certain amount of points. After you get a certain threshold of points. So like for the Z rank, I think it's 2,000 points, or like 1,500 or something like that. When you do that, that's about say like 4 or 5 battles that you have to do. You'll get that top tier, like it'll say like, okay, complete. Then you'll go and you'll challenge your rank or promotion person, whatever it's actually called. And in that battle, you'll beat that, think of it like a gym leader type of thing, something like that. You'll beat that person and then you'll rank up to the next rank, which you then do the exact same thing all over again, where you get more points. Now, instead of it being like 1,500, it might be 2,000, and then 2,500 for the next one, 3,000 for the next, so on and so forth. Now, again, like I've only just, I think I've put around 8 hours into the game or so. And so those wild areas, those are during the day. So during the day, you have wild areas, but no challenge areas. At night, you have challenge areas, but no wild areas. Scattered in between these different zones or areas are like the main city. And the main city, like you said, you can't go into buildings or anything like that. It's just a menu that pops up. But the big problem is that it's all the same. You are in
that's
one.
What everyone's saying. Everyone says it's the same boring layout.
Yeah, so like
lazy.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish this, to be really honest, because it's fun. Like Pokemon is a fun game. It's like comfort food, right? Like it's just there's something about it. It's like the creature designs or the nostalgia. I don't know what it is, but there's something about Pokemon.
Yeah, nostalgia, but it
is fun.
Are they going to run out? Is that going to run out? But like you said, at the end of the day, as long as it promotes other areas for growth, for new characters, new merchandise, they don't care if the game's flopped. The game can sell 2-3 million as long as it makes a profit because they keep it so cheap. They're happy.
Yeah, and let's be honest, like it's not going to flop. You will never get a Pokemon to flop because
I told you it's like Call of Duty fans. They have their loyal data user base who will buy it every year, no matter what, with no matter what, with no questions. The same with Pokemon. It's the same stuff.
Yeah. So
you have the vocal minority online that's barking for change, but look at Steven. He buys it every single one without question. He never sits there and asks, "Whoa, should I skip it?" Because
but I'll tell you,
suck.
I'll tell you, like we're talking about this one, right? And like he's like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to put in like hundreds of hours because, dude, the problem is.
Yeah,
everything is repetitive. It's not just like, you could argue that it's been repetitive forever, right? Like the loop, yeah. but this, it's like, it's really repetitive, guys. Like the city is not that big. It's not like a giant, it's not a giant city. And it's not like, oh, this is Little Italy and that's like Portugal. And, oh, this is the New York, like town or like sector or whatever. No. It's France. It's Paris. But so like all the buildings look the same. All the architecture is the same. All the color is the same. Like you go into the wild zones and you're kind of like, it's just a street. You know what I mean? Like with like some grassy area and stuff. And honestly, I was blown away. Like I could not believe what I was playing. And I was just like, this is just, like I say, it's a master class of pointing you to other products. That's what this is. This is unbelievable to me. Like this is just incredible. And yes, there's going to be thousands of videos of like, Pokemon fans deserve better and all of this sort of stuff. But I keep saying it, like, I don't think they have to do anything, these guys. They know. Like, I don't want to use the word lazy because lazy implies that you're, this isn't laziness. This is targeted. They did this on purpose. They knew exactly what they were doing, which is to extend. This is not laziness. This is like extending the reach of what people will accept for the lowest amount of cost possible and the highest revenue.
And we've talked about this a long time. Besides, this is Nintendo proper, dude. Let's make a mistake. This has been their mentality for years. Remember Silicon Knights, the made Eternal Darkness, and they talked about the relationship with Nintendo, and they kept saying, "Can you do it for less? Can you do it?" Nintendo's been like, I know Nintendo and Pokemon, quote unquote, different, but you could tell that their mindsets are the same. This is a problem that they've been having for years. At least on the Nintendo side, their engines run smooth, their gameplays.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, so
but their games are very simple. Donkey Kong is a lot of fun. It might be a great game, but is it really that great, groundbreaking?
No, okay. So I think philosophically, Nintendo has always been, we want to use technologies that already exist to keep our costs as low as possible. But Nintendo would never release a game like this.
Oh no, yeah,
not like this.
That is the difference between the two. At least they take pride in their work. But the philosophies of both companies are identical.
Well, they're similar. I wouldn't say identical. They're similar in the sense of like Nintendo tries to cut as many costs as possible by using existing technologies. What the Pokémon Company is doing here is not that. What the Pokémon Company is doing here is we want to maximize our revenue as much as possible. Period. Period. I cannot believe this was greenlit. Like, I truly can't believe this was greenlit there's no variety. So, like, after, 5-6 hours, you get, well, no, but the thing is, Steven's further than me, and he's telling me, he's like, oh, I just did the first boss battle, and he's like, it sucked. And so now I'm like,
well, I'm glad to hear Steven say that, because, like I said, he's been a true fan, and just, he buys every single,
yeah,
so I went a long stretch without buying Pokemon, and I got on the Switch, and they were okay.
I do want to talk about the gameplay, just because it's new, right? Like,
there's a couple things which is a lot of people complain about, which I kind of think is stupid. Like, you'll be the creature will go up close, do an attack, and then you do a certain type of attack. They'll have to move back and start the animation. People say that's kind of weird design. It's like, why do they have to move? They should be able to do it right there, which is realistic, right?
No. So let me talk about this, because this is really funny. You're gonna laugh at this, and then I may have to take a 2-second break to just give my little guy some food. I'll literally just walk over. It's right beside me, because otherwise he's gonna cry the entire time. Okay, talk. I'll be right back.
All right. So yeah, guys, it's going to be interesting to hear what Jarrod says. I mean, I've been watching videos and stuff. Obviously, reviews are not, you should make up your own mind. But I just wanted to see some of the critiques that they talked about. And yeah, it's just, I could tell from the videos and the reviews that the game's probably not for me. I think it insults your intelligence and doesn't respect your time. But
see, already back.
Yep. Oh, easy.
It is easy. I just plunked down the food, and there we go. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the gameplay right now.
Yeah, please do.
This is not at all what I thought it was going to be. Okay? So, it's not bad, but it's also not good. And so, here we go. So you guys know, you lock on, so you press the, what is it? It's like L2. I always forget what Nintendo's are. It's like Z, I think is what they said, like LZ or whatever. Anyway, whatever. It's the, you know what I'm saying. So you use that to lock on to the Pokemon. And then the face buttons are the 4 moves that your Pokemon can choose. I really like, they've made it a lot easier. You know, like all your Pokemon now always get experience. You can change moves at a moment's notice. Just go into your boxes. You can swap your, like, everything has been getting easier and easier and easier as the games have progressed. So I really like that. I think that's great. But in terms of the actual gameplay type thing, think of it like the active time battle meters that Final Fantasy used to use, right? Where you would hit, you have to wait your turn, and then hit, and so on. Each one of the moves has a different recharge rate. So, I mean, that's cool, right? Like, that's cool that you have to, like, change your kind of strategies to, like, oh, okay, so I can do these 2 moves, and then I can potentially do that move and another move and blah, 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 blah. That's all cool. Like, I appreciate what they were doing. conceptually. The problem is it fails in execution. So if you have a Pokemon that like is coming at you or whatever, and you attack by say stairs, just give up and run away. Because if the Pokemon hits like a ledge or something like that, it doesn't know what to do. So it'll just stand there. It'll just be like, oh, well, I guess I can't do anything. Sometimes, if you're lucky, it'll move around and then it'll do its attack. It's little things like that. But again, like the bare minimum effort was made for this game. Like the bare minimum. And you know what, guys? I hate talking like this because I feel bad for the men and women that worked on this game that likely like had no choice but to deliver.
Yeah, they're doing their job, man.
Yeah, and it sucks because imagine if you're the developer and your team is like 2 people and you're told, oh, we're going to make this like free roaming and you got to do this and that and blah, blah, blah. You're like, there's no way I'm going to be able to do a good job with this. Like, there's no way.
A lot of the developers themselves, yeah, people have to remember something about it. Big teams, developers, quote unquote developers, and there's the game designers. What I mean by developers, true developed, actual software engineers, coders, a lot of them are just freaking doing their job. They code, they don't care. Very rare do they have an actual input into the game. It's the game designers.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Those are the ones that don't usually code. Some of them do. They're the ones that come up with the ideas and they feed it to the developers to implement it. They talk to artists. This is what I want. This is what I visioned.
Yeah,
artists, here's a visual, and they code. So the actual true quote unquote software developers, nah, it's just a job. They don't care.
So,
but still, you should. They probably don't want to hear that what they worked on the last couple of years is trash. Like,
it's just janky. It's not smooth. Is the best.
Yeah, now
way.
That's something that they might not like. It's like, oh man, I wish we had more time.
Yeah, exactly, precisely.
This is my work here.
So the other thing that's I can see being worrisome. I have not experienced this yet, just because I've been doing like side quests and stuff like that. Because a lot of the side quests will give you experience candies, will give you different Pokemon that you can use and stuff. So it's like it's worthwhile, but they're all so basic. Most of them is just like, go to this location and do a battle, or go find a specific type of Pokemon, which you can just go to the wild areas on your map. It shows the Pokemon that are there, teleport, boom, you're done. Progression is pretty easy in like around the city, but it's so funny because like the game that this is following from was made like famous with its like roller skates and stuff like that, or roller blades, whatever you want to call them.
You don't have that.
No, you have nothing. There's absolutely nothing here to help you traverse the area. And you don't technically need it because it's so small. Like you just quick teleport from one area to the next, to the next, to the next, and you're pretty much done. So anyways, all this to say, I'm with Steven. Do not use this battle system moving forward, and that's not because I'm afraid of change. It's just because this doesn't work well. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Even if they refined it, it's stupid that the Pokemon can attack you. So I'm like, wait, what? So not only
didn't they have that in the Legends though?
They had it, yeah, but they did, but not to this effect where I'm like, this is like ridiculous, where it's like if you get hit like 2 or 3 times, you're done. You're dead. Like that's it. You faint basically. And I'm like, that I don't like that mechanic. I didn't like it in, you're right, in like Arceus. I didn't like it there, where I'm like, this is supposed to be about the monsters fighting the monsters. Like I'm not a fan of that. And from what I've seen, I have not experienced this myself, and like Steven said, he just experienced one where like if there's like a mega evolution Pokemon, they actually come after you. So while you're attacking, you're constantly having to move so that you don't get hit.
Well, that was another game too. Remember, you had to dodge and stuff.
Yes, like exactly. But it's annoying.
I don't know.
I don't like that.
I understand that, but I don't mind like we're keeping you on your toes and stuff like that, making gameplay a little bit more interactive, which is fine. But the thing is, you can do still turn-based and do it well, like Digimon, that new Digimon game. I play. By the way, I recommend you playing the demo. It's worth it. It saves it in case you ever buy the full game. It's really good turn-based combat. Turn-based can still be done. I know a lot of people don't like it because it is archaic and outdated, but you can still make turn-based fun. I mean, look at Paper Mario series or that series of the Mario games, the Super Mario RPG, where you have to jump in time. Things like that just makes it fun. And Pokemon doesn't seem to grasp that idea, right?
Well,
They
it's not,
changed
again,
the-
I don't think it has anything. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, I don't honestly think any of this is about grasping or understanding. I think they know damn well.
Oh yeah, they know.
what
They
they're
know. They're
doing.
not stupid. They see what other companies are doing. But you're right. They just don't care because they don't have to.
Exactly. That's
they
exactly
just care
what it comes
about
down to.
the revenue. They care about the revenue. They care about the merchandise. Right.
Because
You're right. That's where they make the bulk of their money. Matter of fact, I would say if they even got rid of the games completely, it probably wouldn't even affect, and they could just release some merchandise.
yeah,
I mean, yeah,
it's
obviously
the-
games sell.
You need the conduit, right? That's what they're like. Like, you need the conduit that gets people to the trading cards, that gets them to the plushes, that gets them to. And let's not kid ourselves. Like, they are making money off the games. Like, that's not like.
Oh, of course, you spend $13 million on this game. Look at it's going to sell several million. You're going to make hand over.
Exactly.
And by the way, thinking of sales, it's amazing that Mario Kart 8 is still selling. I think it outsold World recently, but you have to take that. I mean, that's still amazing. But anyway, you want to? By the way, Cranberry just pinged on Discord. Someone gifted her. Was it you, Pokemon?
No.
So she's begun her journey.
I told her
she'll probably be a lot more. I don't know. Maybe she'll.
No, I told her. I said, I'm like, even Steven is like, I don't know what they were thinking. Like,
that's good to hear. A fan
like
who buys it blindly every single game. And it's true, Steven. That's not disrespectful. You're not the only one. There's millions of you that just literally will buy the Pokemon mainline, or well, I guess this is mainline. A lot of people, there's a lot of issues with, well, it's all mainline. I guess every game is mainline according to them or something, unless it's a direct spin-off like the Pokemon Snap. Buys it without question. And that's good and bad. It's good that there's passionate fans out there. Bad that they buy stuff blindly.
Yeah, so I'm going to be curious to hear what Cran has to say, to be honest.
I am.
Because
really,
she didn't believe me on Discord. She was like, what do you mean there's only one area? I'm like, Cran, it's one. No, she hasn't paid any attention.
Oh.
And I'm like.
Oh, she likes doing that, by the way. Doesn't like being spoiled.
No, exactly, which is good. So
which is fine.
I'm like, here's what you're getting. No new Pokemon, one area, and you're basically getting an audio-visual presentation from 15 years ago. Like, I mean, I don't know what to say. And look, I enjoyed Sword and Shield. I enjoyed that probably more than I enjoyed Scarlet and Violet because, man, the performance really took me out of that game. But this, I'll be honest, it's boring. It's just not that exciting. I will play this until Dragon Quest comes out. This like bad boy coming out here.
You said, you'll never touch
and then I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think I'll go back because I'm not like with Steven, it's Pokemon Home. He wants to make sure he has all the Pokemon in Pokemon Home. I don't care. I'm not that big of a fan to care. I like the games for what the games are, but this is just not exciting. Like, it's just not exciting to have one city that you just go around. I'm like, what the hell? So, I mean, we do these podcasts weekly, so maybe my opinion will change next week, but like right now, I'm playing this honestly because there's nothing else out, to be really honest. Like, that's pretty much the only reason. But once Dragon Quest 1 and 2 comes out, I mean, it's pretty much over for me. Like, that'll
you have
be
Metroid coming up.
Yeah, in December, exactly. Like, so I'll play Dragon Quest.
Are you gonna get Kirby?
No, I don't have any interest in that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, no.
Right.
Like, I wasn't a fan of riders like the original Kirby Air Ride. I wasn't a big fan. This one looks pretty much exactly the same. Like, just
Well, you
Yeah.
know that it has a hardcore dedicated fan base, and they defended it, which
No,
is fine.
no,
So,
that's fine. That's okay. I mean, we don't. You don't have to like every game, in the world there. So, no, I think for me, my year is gonna be Dragon Quest 1 and 2, and then Metroid Prime. But Prime will probably. Well, it depends. It really depends on how long Dragon Quest 1 and 2 is. Like, it
well, the
it depends.
original Dragon Quest was like 4 hours, dude. I don't know
Yeah,
how
but
much longer
I
the
don't
new
know.
one.
They're like, I was reading a thing that said it's like 15 or something now, where I'm like,
Oh
oh
wow, they
damn.
added a lot of beef to it.
Yeah,
I
and
wonder if
even
it's still gonna have that dragon where you could go in there and challenge them at a low level and get wrecked. I wonder if they'll still keep that. Probably not. I don't know. We'll
yeah,
see.
I mean, I don't think they're gonna hold back. I think it's gonna be more like, for sure they're gonna the princess, like, they're gonna expand all that storyline. Like I said, they've now made you out to be a badass, which I really like. They've added side quests to it. They've added mini
Okay, okay.
medals. They've added, like, there's a lot of stuff that's been added to this. So
Will they get rid of some of the old, like my thing where go find this one item and you have no indication where
no,
it
of
is and
course,
just
yeah,
walk?
dude, are you kidding?
Oh,
Don't you,
that was
like,
so classic. You just
no, and
all of
the
a sudden you walk
sigils.
over and it goes. Don't. I'm like, oh,
The
okay.
sigils from part two worked very similar to what you're saying. Like, you're talking about the armor when you had to collect Erdrick's armor and all of that. But in part two, it worked very similar with all the sigils. But now the sigils are in part one. So I'm like, okay, that's interesting. So I really think, unlike Dragon Quest 3, Dragon Quest 3 was like a remake, but they really kept pretty much everything that was there. I mean, they removed a couple of things, and yes, there was some censorship and blah blah blah, but overall the experience was almost exactly the same. That is not the case with Dragon Quest 1 and 2. This, it looks like they've been completely redone. Like, that they just rebuilt the games entirely, and that's it. So I'm super stoked. I'm very excited for those. Pokemon will keep me busy for the next little bit. I mean, I've got my Dragon Quest weeklies, my Fallout 76 dailies that I do. So I've got stuff to play, but I'm disappointed because, you know, it's rare that the Pokemon Company does something new. And even though I wasn't really keen on changing from turn-based to, like, well, real time. It's not real time, but, whatever, more real time. I was excited to see, like, okay, you're trying something different, but this is not trying
Right.
something
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
This is like, you downgraded. There's a difference between evolution and downgrading. Like, the original Pokemons were more advanced. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, they had different, you had mountainsides, you had, like, all these. What the hell was that? The door just opened behind me. Woo! And yeah, and it's just, I don't know. Like, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what comes of this, but I don't know. I really
What's the
don't.
DLC going to add to the game? Maybe like underground catacombs or something? Because right now it doesn't really
Honestly,
have it.
I don't know. I really don't know, because it's like, if it's underground catacombs, that sounds even worse. Like, at least,
Oh,
imagine if it's like all underground area and that's all you
it's
have.
a
Just,
cut and paste. Yeah.
yeah, like, no, thank you. I'm not. Yeah, and it's disappointing, man. Like, I'm disappointed to talk like this, because when I first got into it, I was like, okay, like, all right, this is different, right? Like, that's cool. But man, the repetitiveness kicked in very fast. Where I
Yeah,
was just
Steven
like,
told me that. He's like, I'm 4 or 5 hours under. He goes, I don't know if you'll like it. It goes, it's repetitive. And I was like, well, Pokemon games are kind of repetitive by nature, but
no,
you
but
still
this
get to
is.
explore. You get to still
But
find
that's
stuff and go
it.
new areas.
You've lost that here, because
All yeah, and that's what every reviewer said. It's just like, well, at least with other games, you could go on new areas, new mountains, new biomes. This is nothing.
well, it's the
And
same
then
thing.
when I
Right?
see the
Like,
videos of the wild areas and the night areas and how it's cut, I'm like, wow, are you serious? It's that stupid where you have to go through a stupid door.
yeah, because
That's
they.
not even a real door, by the
Yeah,
way. It's
yeah,
just a
yeah, yeah.
green. I'm like, wow, it's just man. For
And
them,
it's
it's one
crazy
step forward,
because
1,000 steps back.
it's like that's not at all what Scarlet Violet were like.
No,
And you
or
know,
the series as a whole. I know they did make the one game with the city, right? You said, but that was different. It was maybe a cool idea that they had. It was limited hardware, and you could tell that this game's still based on Switch, which sucks. Oh, were you ever going to get a Switch 2 game built from ground? But I don't think it's going to make a difference, honestly.
I don't think it will make a difference either. Like
Yeah.
I think like the Pokemon Company knows that they can do this, and so they're gonna do it, and they're gonna keep doing it, and over and over and over and over again. And it's just it's pretty. I don't know. I was excited because I've been playing Dragon Quest X for like the last little like couple of months. I always have my Fallout like as my quick little 15 minutes a day type game, so I was really looking forward to this. And yeah, that went out the window really really quick. It's not god awful or anything. It's just that you're just like it's meh. Like it's
$70, meh.
yeah, that's the problem.
If it was $30, maybe we wouldn't care so much. But
Yeah, exactly. So anyways, alongside that, I did the first stream on the channel in God, probably a year or something. I streamed Dragon Quest Smash Grow, the weirdest, stupidest title ever. And yeah, so I got into the beta of that. You watched the the stream there.
another mobile game.
So my God, man, they're Dragon Quest mobile games. They are so cut and paste. It's insane. Like it's insane.
Well, most mobile games are like the Hero Collection genre. Every single game is virtually identical. No matter what the IP is, it's like they literally cut and paste the format. It's the same shit.
Yeah, it's
mobile,
crazy.
That's why I don't know why it's so popular. You know what it is? It's because everyone has a phone and everyone just
No,
kills
that's it.
5 minutes.
Yeah, that's what it is.
What it is.
That's 100% what it is. Like I didn't feel like chatting in one of the Ubers that I was in. I was tired, and so yeah, I just whipped out the phone, and that's exactly what I did. I was just do, like as I was coming home from work one day, and that was it. But it makes like it's remarkable. Like I've got my this is my Japanese iPhone, as you can see with the slimes here.
That's so cool.
On here I've got Dragon Quest Walk, Dragon Quest Tact, and Dragon Quest what is the one I forget what the hell it's called. It's the one that's ending soon. It's not By the Stars or We Are Heroes, or I forget what the hell it's called. But anyway, so I got those 3 Dragon Quest games on here, and my God, man, the interface is almost identical in all 3 of them. Like when you go to your equipment, there's this little button that it's like, oh, auto equip the best. Every one of them uses gems. Gems are like Square Enix's currency, but of course they don't go from one game to the next, so you have to buy gems for each one of the games you want to play. And anyway, the new one, Smash Grow, is pretty much exactly the same. It's literally identical. It has the exact same interfaces, the exact same everything, except it's a roguelite action RPG. But the game can play itself if you'd like. There's even an auto play, so you just press that button, as I was showing you guys, because I was basically streaming it to my desktop. And I mean, it's fine for like a game like this. I'll never play this in depth. It's a fine little whatever mobile game. But I always get a kick out of the fact that like every time a new Dragon Quest mobile game comes out, I always laugh because it's like the exact same interface, the exact same. We have events, we have a store, we have power-up things, and it's just like a new variation of that. So like, even though they're ending that other here, let me look it up so I can tell you guys what exactly it is. It's Dragon Quest in October 2025. What is it? Dragon Quest of the Stars. That's it. There you go.
I think I played that one.
That's it. So they were like Final Fantasy Brave Exvius and Dragon Quest of the Stars will end service on October 31st, 2025 in Japan. Both global versions have already closed a long time ago. Dragon Quest of the Stars closed in 2021 outside of Japan. That's why I was saying. That's why I was saying on the stream, I will not play this game in English, because if I do, it will be closed before the before the year is out. And that's it. It's just in Japan, people spend so much money on these things. Like Dragon Quest Walk just hit 6 years, and Dragon Quest Tact, I think, hit 5 years. That's a long time for a mobile game, like, to survive. The only other example I can think of is like Pokemon Go. That's been still, like, people still play that.
And Clash Royale.
Yeah, that's another,
Stuff like that, yeah.
How long, actually? Pokemon Go, when was that actually released? It's been a while. Yeah, man. Wow. It's 9 years old now. Wow.
Yeah, people forget a lot of these mobile games come and go because there's just so many of them.
Yeah.
They're cash grabs, and people get their money and then they bail out.
No, exactly. So anyway, whatever. So, like, it's hard to really, like, talk about. It's your standard action RPG fare. You go into, like, little micro levels. They're about, 2 minutes each. And you move around. Your character automatically attacks based on the radius of the weapon that they have. So, like a sword, you have to get closer to the enemies. Boomerang, you can stay further back. Magic, you can stay further back. Stuff like that. But I mean, it's your classic gacha like scenario. You have like a thunderbolt that basically the more you play, the quicker it depletes. If it's depleted, you have to wait a day before you can come back in. Or, of course, you can use real money to keep playing. Gems allow you to basically, like, access to, like, loot box type things, which allow you to roll in order to get 3-star weapons, which are the best, of course, and gear. And of course, it's all random. So give me $100 and you're pretty much guaranteed that you'll get some good gear. Like, it's classic, just classic mobile crap.
Classic gotcha, yeah.
And that's it. So, I mean, I had fun with the beta. The beta comes to an end tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow. I figured I'd try the North American one, which is what I did. I didn't register for the Japanese one because it's the exact same thing. So I was like, no, that's fine. But when the real game comes out, I'll put it on my Japanese phone and I'll leave it alone for that. Let me just check quick. I think it runs till like Monday. Let's see. Come on, loading. And survey says 2 days left. So when the hell does it run to? Okay, the 21st, but that's like as of like midnight. It comes to an end. So what is that? So 2 days. So Monday, yeah. So basically, we have the remainder of today. You have all day tomorrow. And all day Monday is the last day.
Okay.
But yeah, whatever. I mean, it's okay, I think, is the best way of just saying it. It's a standard gacha game, and yeah, that's pretty much all that's all she wrote, as they say. My big thing, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 coming out. Other than that, I'm going to go back, play some Pokemon. You're going to go eat lunch. And that's pretty much all we've got, unless there's other news.
And I do hope we get some comments about people who played it or who are decided not to play it. So, but yeah, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. It's just a driver for merchandise, so they could get away with it. But the thing is, this, man, is they still have, it's like the audacity to charge premium AAA pricing for obviously a subpar product. I mean, that just insults. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because they have their fan base who will just buy it blindly, and they're the reason why it's so successful. And yep, they don't care. You would think they would take pride in making a good product, but
yeah, it's just it's
people forget that too.
I know
they're in the position where they could get away with it. Not a lot of companies can, right? So
they could make Go back and like watch a video, guys, of Dragon Quest 11. Okay, just go back and watch that. Look at the graphical fidelity. I know you're not an anime fan, but go back and look at the graphical fidelity of that game. And imagine that with that level of character detail and stuff like that. Imagine a Pokemon game like that. There's no reason we shouldn't have that. There's zero reason.
Exactly.
They have more money than any other company for merchandising alone. But it's, again, maximize those profits, minimize the expense, and maximize those profits, because they know
and that's a smart business decision for any business. Most businesses would love to do that.
Well, yeah, of course, absolutely. It's just
what they do.
I was telling Steven, it's hard to even imagine that this game is running on the same hardware as Final Fantasy VII Remake. Like it
oh yeah, look at Cyberpunk, how well it runs on Switch 2, by the way.
Yeah, it's just
this is a Switch 1 game, so we
no, but it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. It's for me. It's the fact that like it's just it feels like multiple generations have passed, not just one, like multiple. So that anyway, I don't want to complain forever and ever and ever. I was very disappointed. That's all. Like it started off great. I was really enjoying, and then when I realized that the whole game is just that one city, I was all of a sudden like, well, there goes that excitement.
All right.
Okay, guys. So that's it. Let Tim go eat his lunch, and we will see you next week. Take care, everyone.
All right, guys. Take care.
Ciao.